Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're looking at P. Djelí Clark's A Master of Djinn. I've been a fan of Clark's work since the release of A Dead Djinn in Cairo 5 years ago, the short story that introduced the world of A Master of Djinn. And I am so delighted that he's expanded this story and this world to another short story, a novella, and ultimately the novel here that was released earlier this summer. It's a really fun book set in an early 20th century alternate history Cairo. It's steampunky, there are djinn, Egypt is a superpower again, which is just fantastic. And at the heart of it, there are these wonderfully realized characters, a compelling murder mystery, and aesthetic that goes just the absolute extra mile. And so, of course, I felt it was a book that needed to have a drink. It's an interesting thing because in the book, the main character, Fatma, has a specialty drink already. As part of her social life, she visits a nightclub at several points in the novel and has a drink of tea, muddled mint, and sarsaparilla, which is a wonderful drink, one that I would really enjoy myself. But I didn't want to exactly reproduce what we saw in the novel. I wanted to do something in that same vein, but a little bit different, a little more in my style, while still being a mocktail. I think it's important to the character and the setting that we celebrate a non-alcoholic drink here, and I believe that it's essential for good drinks to be available to people who are not drinking alcohol for any reason, for religious reasons, allergies, pregnancy. No matter the reason, you should be able to enjoy a good drink. And so, today we have a mocktail, A Night at the Jasmine, that I think Agent Fatma would enjoy on a night out. It's a sort of tea lemonade. I bring in the element of citrus because I find it just adds an extra bit of brightness and an extra bit of zing to a drink. But we're still going to start with some tea. I'm doing 1.5 ounces of unsweetened iced tea, using just a standard black tea for that. And then we're going to get our sweeteners going on here, because we're going to want to rinse out our jigger with the citrus in just a moment. We're going to have 1/2 ounce of a mint simple syrup. I find it's a nice concentration of the mint flavor, a little more intense than just muddled mint. And then I've got a cola syrup here from Pratt Standard, a syrup company down in Washington, D.C., doing some really interesting cocktail and mocktail syrups. It's going to have some dark cinnamon notes, sort of spiced quality to it, and we're going to get 1/2 ounce of that in there as well. And then we do want this to be nice and bright, so we're going to get 1 ounce of lemon juice here, just freshly squeezed here in the bottle for our convenience. There we go. Excellent. And now we're going to, as always, add our ice last. But first, I'm going to get some ice cubes in a glass so that we have fresh ice for the drink. And then we'll get our ice cubes down into the shaker and get this shaken up. You always want to shake drinks with citrus because that shaking is going to give aeration, it's going to brighten things, it's really going to marry some of those flavors and give a lighter, brighter texture. So I get my shaker on there, seal it with the flat of your hand, and then shake it up. And we can talk more in future videos about shaking and shaking techniques. But for now, we're just going to shake this for about 10 seconds until it's nice and frothy and frosty and cold. And then I'm going to give that a tap so that it unseals and get hawthorn strainer on there because we don't want this, what's called dead ice, to end up in our drink. And we will get the cocktail, the mocktail in there. There we go. And as you can see, there is still some space in the glass. And that's, of course, for our soda water, our seltzer. We want some bubbles in there to keep it fresh and bright. Something for these hot summer nights. And look at that foam. Oh, that's just so beautiful. And, of course, we want to garnish with a sprig of fresh mint from the garden. Get that down in there. So, there you have it. A Night at the Jasmine, a mocktail inspired by Peter Djelí Clark's A Master of Gin. Please remember to like and subscribe. Try the drink, let me know what you think. And until next time, cheers.